But now, we've got a real special treat for you. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the stages of Las Vegas, New Mexico, the star of stage and screen. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Dr. Neil Kibby.
Thank you. I'm really not sure why I'm up here for this. They took away my finger. They took away my clarinet. They took away the magic tricks. I still have the microphone. So, how much we bid?
Look at 25, 45.
$50.
I just want to see you take it off.
Yeah, no.
$75.
It's half off already.
$100.
Okay. On with the show here. I have a couple things, surprisingly, that I would like to say. 2015, and I may have a little trouble getting through. I was worried about allergies, but I'm more worried about tears right now. 2015 has been a really significant year for me. I turned 70, and that means I don't have to take any more emergency room call after 40 years. And as that implies, I've been in practice now 40 years in Amarillo, Texas. Yeah. And the next landmark for me is that this month 20 years since I had my radical prostatectomy. And fortunately, I'm up here with no evidence of disease. But without that, the 70 and the 40 wouldn't have happened, I'm sure. I want to thank a lot of people. And I would say one thing about the 40 years. My wife says it's the first 40 years. So, I mean, I don't know. Keep working, you know. I want to thank some people. First of all, Joe Ed, as he pointed out, he's put this thing together, brought it along, nursed it along. My good friends, Woody Key and Chuck Alexander and their bands, and all of these musicians that are fantastic, donate their time and spend untold time tutoring me and themselves. They're just great guys. I love being with them. I want to thank Bill Anthony for inviting me to come to Amarillo. And then I really want to thank Virgil Pate for coming 2 years later. And then I really want to thank Mike Wilkerson for coming a couple of years after that. These men have been the nucleus of our now 10-man urology group. And I'm very proud to be associated with all these guys. They're darn good doctors, and they're good people. And I also want to say one word about our former chief, chief of urology at Southwestern, Dr. Paul Peters. Yes, that was his name. How can you not go to a urology program with a chief that day? But he taught us that you can have kindness, and you can have fun, and you can still strive for excellence. And so I hope we we continue to do that. I also want to say that this event has been a little bit of a confusing thing. I've been stopped several times on the street to say, we thought you were dead. You know, and my office has had several calls from patients wanting to know when I died and in lieu of flowers where they could send money. And of course I told them that, you know, to tell them I was alive, but I was surprised to find out that a fund had already been set up, and it's called the Susan Kibby I Want to Go There Worldwide Travel Fund. So in the eventuality, you know where that's going to go. And I want you all to be witnesses to the fact here tonight in that vein that I have a medic alert bracelet that says, do not listen to my wife. Ma'am, he broke his collarbone. Let him go. He doesn't want to suffer. Let him go. I do want to thank my wife and my children for putting up with all my foolishness over the years and supporting me, and I don't think I can embarrass them anymore. I'm working on the grandkids now. And I want to thank my two sometime vocal coaches, Mary Jane Johnson and Jim Gardner, who don't always seem to want to help. I mean, I call around this time of year, and Mary Jane usually has an emergency pedicure, manicure, and Jim is usually getting his teeth cleaned. So you know that they're cleanest nails and teeth in town. But anyway, I appreciate their help. So the only other thing I think I wanted to say was I want to thank Neil Diamond for being such a great entertainer, singer, songwriter, and staying alive so I could kind of impersonate him. All the tribute shows are for Neil Diamond when he's 20 or 30. I'm the only person in the country that does Neil Diamond in the 60s and 70s. You know, and that takes a lot of work. I've got to dye my hair gray. When he wears a beard, I've got to make it gray, you know. And before a concert like this, the last thing I do before I come out here is I go mow a big field of ragweed and breathe it. Because I have perfect pitch and perfect melodious tones, but I've got to try to somehow rough them up so I can sound a little like old Neil Diamond. So with that, I'm going to rest. Let's go on with the show.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, Dr. Kibby, we've got some special people to play this song with you. We've got some actual prostate cancer survivors.
Yes,
and so let's bring them on, the survivors. Here they are over here, folks.
Not just survivors, but I was surprised to hear you've been working here for 40 years. I've been a customer of yours for 25 years.
This is Robert Workman on guitar. Buddy Squires on the big old bass. And Tony Naples on the guitar. So it's the survivors. Let's see what we can do with this guy.
She loves me, yes, yes, she does, cherry, cherry. She gonna show Thank you. Thank the band. Ray Higgs on harmonica.
That's right. And we'll hear some more from Dr. Kibby here in just a little while.